Hi everyone, this is Tiffany from TiffanyDowd.com, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about your mindset. I noticed as we're going through this blogging challenge that a lot of people have already started growing in their confidence level. Those who have actually put themselves out there and are doing things that they weren't necessarily comfortable with, they're starting to see the emotional and the feeling rewards that they're having. So I like that. Now there's some people still sitting on the sidelines, some people still too afraid to go there. But I bought, The Power of Story, which is what my mentor Craig DeSorcy had me buy. So I wanted you to hear a couple of little things that I highlighted out of the book. The first was a quote from James Barrie, I think Barrie, and it says, "The life of every man is a diary in which he means to write one story and writes another, and his humblest hour is when he compares the volume as it is with what he vowed to make it." And I think a lot of us can do that in both our personal lives and our professional lives. I know I certainly have done that lately. And you wake up one day and you realize this isn't what I want. This isn't the way I want my life to be. And for me, personally, it's always worked like this for me. There's just a day and a moment when my curtain comes down and I'm done. I'm done being afraid. I'm done what ifing. I'm done hating the fact that I can't have the courage to do something, whether it's in a personal situation or if it's professional, like wanting to do, like sitting on the sidelines watching everyone do video blogs, and here I am too scared or worried about my weight or worried about blah, 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 whatever. There's this moment in time where it's like the steel curtain comes down and I'm like, that's enough. And so I really like that quote. Another one that I read was, "The most important story you will ever tell about yourself is the story you tell to yourself." And that's a big one because a few of you have been opening up to me lately when we were talking about why you were scared to personalize and things like that. But really a lot of the talk is in your own head. We all do that. I never really sat down and, talked to y'all or anything about the things that were going on in my head about my personal life, but it was definitely always going on in my head, the fear and things like that, the what ifing. And it says, "The most erroneous stories are those we think we know best and therefore never scrutinize or question." And that's important because you are just so firm in believing that story, like it's the gospel to you. You are not enough, you are not worthy, you are not able to do something. And so you are not even going to sit there and question the authority of that story, right? You're just firm in it. And it's only when you start really sitting down and calling bullshit on yourself that you start to break out of that. And that's when you have these huge breakthroughs and life changes that do so well for you. And then the last one says your story will not be plain and all that. It says it can and will be extraordinary. After all, you're not just the author of your story, but also its main character, the hero. So I really like that because we have to be our own hero. No one else is going to do that for us. No one else is going to deliver your happiness. No one else is going to deliver your strength. No one else is going to deliver your confidence. You can't sit there and rely on anyone for your happiness or for you to sit there and pump you up and give you confidence about your ability to do things in online marketing. Sure, it feels good sometimes to have people cheering you on, but it all comes down to what you're telling yourself in your head. So different people go about that different ways. For me, like I said, it's just a curtain that comes down when I get sick of my own bullshit. What is it for you? Do you need to read self-help books? Do you need to practice little by little, dipping your toe in here and there, pushing yourself a little? Do you need to have a challenge in a community? I mean, what is it? That's what I kind of want to talk about today because we all do things different. So you tell me how you do it. How do you get past things that scare you? It could be anything. I was fearful of just even being out in public really for a while. I got to this point where I was so much of a hermit and so comfortable at home, working from home, that I didn't even remember how to go out and socialize anymore. And I used to be this social butterfly, tons of friends, going out all the time in my younger days. So once I realized that I didn't want that story anymore, that I'm the writer, I can do whatever I want, and I was sick of it, I signed up as a room mom at my kids' school, forced myself to start interacting with other adults and things like that, and it really helped me break out of my shell in that regard. So let me know what it is for you. How do you address things like that? And that way we can all kind of learn from each other, because your tip, and it could be that maybe you're good at doing personal stuff, but you're not good at business, or vice versa. But maybe your tip will help someone else in our community break through that story of their own. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.